Syria, a country with a rich history, one that stretches back millennia. From ancient civilizations to the modern era, Syria has been a land of cultural and historical significance. But for the past 5 decades, it has also been defined by the rule of one powerful family, the Assads. A dynasty that has shaped the nation's destiny, and yet, as we speak today, it seems that the Assad family's long reign is nearing its end. But what does this mean for Syria's future? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the history of Syria, focusing on the long, turbulent rule of the Assad family and the impact of their reign. But more importantly, we're going to explore what Syria's future might look like now that the Assad's grip on power is weakening. This is a topic filled with complexity and uncertainty, but let's break it down together. In 1970, Hafez al-Assad, a former Air Force pilot, seized power in a military coup. He would go on to rule Syria for 30 years with an iron fist. His regime was marked by political repression, strict control over the economy, and a powerful security apparatus that instilled fear in the hearts of Syrians. Fast forward to 2000, when Hafez passed away and his son Bashar al-Assad took the reins. Bashar initially promised reforms, an opening up of Syria's political system and economy, but those reforms never materialized. Instead, his presidency took a darker turn. In 2011, Syria was swept up in the wave of protests known as the Arab Spring. What started as peaceful demonstrations for democracy quickly turned into a brutal civil war that has lasted more than a decade. Thousands of lives were lost, cities destroyed, and millions of Syrians displaced. The war, which started as a revolt against Bashar's oppressive regime, became a global proxy battle, with various international powers stepping in. Russia and Iran supported the Assad regime, while the US, Europe, and regional actors backed various opposition groups. The conflict spiraled out of control, and today, while Bashar Assad's regime has managed to reclaim most of Syria, the country is fractured. Parts of it remain under the control of Kurdish forces, other rebel groups, and even the remnants of ISIS. But the question remains, how long can the Assad family continue to hold on to power? Bashar al-Assad, once considered the face of modern Syria, is now a deeply controversial figure. While he may have regained control over most of the country, the war has left him with a severely weakened state, economically, politically, and socially. The economy is in ruins, with inflation at historic levels, unemployment soaring, and poverty widespread. Western sanctions have further isolated Syria from the global economy, and despite Russia and Iran's support, there are cracks in the foundation of the Assad regime. The question of legitimacy looms large. Many Syrians have never truly accepted Bashar as their leader, and outside the regime's tightly controlled areas, there are still pockets of resistance. So, what does the future hold for Syria once the Assad era finally comes to an end? There's no simple answer. The country has been shaped by decades of authoritarian rule, sectarian divides, and regional interference. The process of rebuilding Syria will require not just reconstruction, but reconciliation. One possible path is a political transition that leads to a more inclusive government, but with so many factions vying for power, both within Syria and beyond, this could be an uphill battle. For Syria to rebuild, it will need to address the deep scars left by the war, including sectarian tensions, the trauma of displacement, and the question of justice for the victims of war crimes. Syria's future depends on who can bring stability and hope to the people. Many believe that a new, more democratic government could emerge from the ashes of this conflict, while others fear that regional powers might continue to exert their influence over Syria's political landscape. And let's not forget the economic challenges. Rebuilding Syria will require massive international aid, but will the international community be willing to invest in a country that has been in turmoil for so long? But there is hope, especially among Syria's younger generation. Despite everything they've endured, many Syrians are determined to rebuild their country. There are efforts underway to document the stories of those affected by the war, and local grassroots organizations are already making a difference, from providing humanitarian aid to pushing for political change. In the end, the Assad family's rule has left a country in ruins, but it has also created a space for change. The question of what comes next is still uncertain. Will Syria emerge as a unified state, or will it remain fractured? Can a new political order rise from the rubble, or will the cycle of authoritarianism continue? Only time will tell. One thing is clear, though. The people of Syria deserve a future where peace, stability, and justice can flourish. And as the Assad family's grip loosens, the next chapter of Syria's long and complex history is about to be written. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Syria's political history. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into global politics. What do you think the future of Syria will look like? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.